Thank you guys so much for being here. We are talking about the things that women secretly want. I'm gonna put on a filter here just to help with my lighting. Mm. Oh, these are not so nice. We're talking about the things that women secretly want sexually. And whoa, none of these filters are doing it for me. And I'm going to actually talk about some things that, these are terrible. I'm going to talk about some things that you may not be aware of. I'm going to stop after that one. Okay, and I'm done. I'm going to talk about some things that you might not be aware of what we want sexually. So if you're new here, thank you for being here. I'm so appreciative of it. And yeah,
Vous êtes entrepreneur.
I have something playing in the background and I don't know what that is. Being here, I'm so appreciative of it. I'm hearing myself talk loud. And that's okay. I think I'm here. Can you guys hear me? I just had some weird playback thing happening. Let me know in the chats if you can hear me or not. Can you guys hear me? We're talking about the secret things that women want sexually. I can't see in the chat. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Live chat. Okay. I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. I don't see anyone saying if you guys can hear me or not. Sorry, we're getting off to a bumpy start, guys. If you can hear me, maybe like this video. Maybe that will help me. If you can just give a thumb. Yep. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to share some things with you you might not be aware of. But listen, you got to know what we want, right? If you're going to have a good time, if she's going to have a good time, we have to know what are the things that we actually want. So I want to help you guys out. I have in the live chat, it's a pinned comment. It's a free download. Go get that free download. It's 7 exercises to boost your confidence in the bedroom. Trust me, you want to get that. You want to get that. So here's the thing. One of the things that we want sexually, and it is not something that you may be aware of, but when you bring us into the bedroom, we want to be excited about the experience. I'm going to talk about 3 things that we really want, but we want to be excited. And you're like, well, how do I do that, Arica? You know, you can say things to a woman to start getting into her mind, to get her psychologically excited about being with you intimately. Think about it, how this actually works. So if a woman is masturbating and she doesn't have any visuals in front of her. I know, like, you know, some men will use porn, but let's say she has no visuals. Just the power of the mind and thinking of a sexual experience, or reading a book about a sexual experience, or watching a movie, or thinking about a former lover, that can cause her to orgasm. That is the power of having that ability to influence her psychologically by getting her excited about the experience. And I think that men sometimes forget that. You forget the fact that you've got to build up the momentum. And so what do? How do you build that momentum? You're like, Arica, how do I make her excited psychologically about getting into bed? Well, first, let me tell you why you want to do this. Because let's say you are a bit nervous. Maybe you're that guy that you're not as experienced, or maybe you pre-ejaculate, or maybe it's been a long time, or you have a hard time, you know, getting erected. You might have some struggles. You might have some fears going on, or you just might have good old-fashioned fear of rejection, where you're like, oh, she's too good for me. How did I get this woman? I can't believe she's even contemplating having sex with me. All of those things can kind of like make your life more difficult when you get in the bedroom, right? All those things that come through your head can really kill your experience. But you can get ahead of that and get her excited, which when you get her excited, what does it do for you? It gets you excited. You're excited to be with her in the bedroom as you see her excitement. So how do you get her excited? You start telling her the things that you imagine doing to her. And just by you having the courage to tell her that will actually start working on you psychologically as well. It'll start boosting your confidence when you start telling her the things that you're going to do to her in the bedroom. Whether it's through text message, whether you guys are out on a date or you're having drinks, and you start saying the things of, I can't wait to pick you up in my arms and start kissing you all over your neck as your legs are wrapped around my body. Like that, when we hear that, that's such a masculine thing. It's like, oh my God, he's gonna pick me up. So one, we feel your power, we feel your strength, we feel that sense of masculinity that you bring sexually to us. But then we feel the polarity because you're talking about now kissing on her neck. So you're hitting her in two spots psychologically. One, you're conveying strength to her, which we want our men to be strong, right? So you're conveying strength to her, but then you're also bringing in the polarity of the gentle side of what you want to do, which is to be kissing all over her neck. Now, listen, we read fiction books, we watch TV shows, we watch movies about men picking us up and doing these things to us. But can you imagine the experience that she'll have just hearing you talk about this and preparing her for this? So, what does that do? It gets her in a sexual place. It gets her in this sexual zone to where she's like, oh my gosh, I want it. So, what happens when we start feeling more sexual toward you guys? What do? We start touching you. All of a sudden, we start getting a little squirmy. We start getting a little lubricated down below. We start getting hot. Maybe we drink a little bit more wine to like feel less nervous. But what we start doing is we start touching you. We start looking at you with those sex eyes. And what does that do for you? It gives you confidence. It makes you feel like you're the man. It makes you feel like, okay, I can show up. I'm going to be ready for this experience. Is this resonating for you guys? Tell me in the comment section. We have Jonas here. Hey, Jonas, thank you for being here. Thomas, good morning, my darling. Vinny's here. See you. Carl is here. Yeah, let me know in the chat if this is resonating for you guys, if you get what I'm saying. I am coming to you live from the Monaco area. We are right now in the middle of Grand Prix, so you can just hear all of the fast race cars just zooming away and all the tourists here, and it's an exciting time in Monaco right now. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, the Arica's with an A, the Arica Angelo. If you go to my live stories, I've just posted some videos of them racing and what it looks like here in Monaco. I'll be posting more this weekend, so make sure you follow me on Instagram. But does that resonate for you? So listen, we want to be excited about the experience before we go into being with you. And I think that it kind of kills the buzz when you have to tell a man, hey, can you make me excited before you take me to the bedroom? Like, these are the things that we secretly want sexually, but if we have to tell you those things, it kills the buzz. It defeats the purpose. It's like we want you to lead that way without us having to tell you, because once we have to tell you, then it feels very like premeditated. Then it doesn't feel as sincere. And listen, we want you to be excited about making love to us. We want you to be excited about touching our bodies. So when you can convey that to her psychologically, it starts arousing us sexually, and we want to be aroused. It's like when you start doing that, man, you are doing all the work for yourself ahead of time. So then when you get to the bedroom, like 90% of it, okay, not 90% of it, but a high percentage of it, the work has already been done, because we need that psychological connection. We need that sense of presence. You obviously need to be present with us, and then we need you to be touching us. But yes, secretly, We want you to get us really excited about being with you. And I have to say that of the men around the world, like, I feel like, just talking amongst girlfriends and things like that, like, I have to say that the French, they do a really good job about that. They get really excited about the women. I feel like European men are kind of a little bit better about this because they feel more open. I think maybe American guys are a little bit more scared of being rejected, so they try to become more cool. But listen, you've got to tell her what you want to do to her. You got to tell her the things that you're imagining. You have to take a risk. Like, of course, you've already had these visuals. Let's be honest, guys. It's just you and me here. Let's be honest. You've already had the visuals. You've probably already touched yourself thinking about what you're going to do with her. Thank you, Jamal, for being honest. Jamal's like, yeah, I'm scared. Thank you so much for being honest because, yeah, it is scary, but it's like, when she's conveyed to you that she's into you and she's there with you, she's on a date with you, she's been messaging to you, and you don't have to start so heavy. You can start softly. Like, if that's, thank you for saying that, because when you guys give me feedback like that, that gives me more clarity and what direction to go in. But when you started off very gently, like, you have beautiful ears. What I would give to nibble on those ears. Or like, oh my gosh, you have the most beautiful neck. It's so long. Like, oh, what I would do to be able to just snuggle up into that neck. Like, when you say things like that, that starts her off, as opposed to like, I can't wait to lick between your thighs. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can start off really gentle and then work your way there. But you have to start somewhere, because psychologically we need to be excited about the experience and we want you to bring us into that. But we don't want to have to tell you, hey, can you please get me excited? It's like the minute we have to do that, it really just kills the vibe. It kills the energy. It's just like, oh, I wish he would just do this. Because why? We want to feel wanted by you guys. We want to know that we're desired by you. And I know this is directed towards men. So I know, as men, I know you too want to feel desired. But most of the time, we don't lead with that. We don't tell you the things that we want to do to you sexually, because we feel like we're giving it up too fast. We feel like a whore because of all the stupid things that society has said. Or some men feel a bit emasculated by that. And they're like, there's nothing left to chase. Like, if she's already saying all these things that she wants to do to me sexually, then it kind of like kills the buzz. And I know some of you guys want a woman to say that to you initially to give you confidence, but she's going to want you to lead in that conversation. I just want to read some of the comments so I can make sure I'm really supporting you guys. Vinny, hey Lee. Thomas says, good morning. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I have no trouble with that. Thomas says, so have a plan and lead. Not necessarily, yes, have a plan and lead, but that's not necessarily what I'm saying. What I'm saying is start communicating to her your desires for her, is essentially what I'm saying. Let her know that you desire her, because that psychologically gets us excited. It gets us lubricated below. It gets us in that stage of wanting you. Thomas says, I'm also a very romantic guy. I used to do that for my first wife. We did everything together. Everything? What do you mean by everything? Lee says, yes, Thomas. Vinny says, if head is screwed on right, it should be an automatic that she's hot and wet. It's not an automatic, because there's that thing called sexual escalation. You want to go, it's like the roller coaster ride. If you can imagine, where it goes tick, 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 and it builds up, and then the woof is the actual climax. So she wants you to take her on that journey on the roller coaster. And be sure you guys like this video, because this really helps me out when I do these live videos. It promotes me with YouTube, and when I get that kind of feedback where I see you guys are excited and YouTube's promoting my videos, it just encourages me to do more lives. But if I get on a live and like YouTube doesn't promote it, it's very hard to stay motivated to do these lives. So if you want me to keep doing these lives for you, help me out by liking the video, commenting. Those things keep me motivated to keep showing up here. Seema says, wise words, totally agree. Speak up. Guys, this never fails. It's true. Like you have no idea before you even use your member down below, like this, communicating with this and this, like here, here, and here can do so much more heavy lifting for you guys. Carl says, I've been rejected too many times. I am fat. Okay, Carl, are you working on losing weight? If that is what you feel like is blocking you, are you on a journey of losing weight? Because you want to feel good in your body, right? How many stories, I love the stories of men who are there like, this girl rejected me, and maybe he was fat before, and then he just goes on a journey where he loses the weight, he gets really fit, and he feels super good about himself. But most of the time it stemmed from some form of rejection. So I'm curious if you want to be like that and go on that journey. Lee says flirting is best. Hey, Orville Nations. Thomas says, yes, this can be scary, especially if you're not experienced or not been with a woman. Thank you. I can see where that can be very scary for you. So yeah, first you want to see that she is interested in you before you do that. But sometimes Thomas just commenting on the things that you see about a woman that you really like. If starting slow is where you're at, then start somewhere. So if she has beautiful hair, be like, I really like your hair like that. You look, or if she's wearing a beautiful dress, I need to tell you, you look quite sexy today. You need to know that. So you're getting in the game somewhere. Jamal says, I've also been rejected too many times, and that's just for being me. Jamal, I wish I had more context there, because there's always a workaround. If we keep getting rejected for something, there's always room for improvement. Strawberry says, what is your live about? Because I just joined. We are talking about the things that women secretly want sexually. And we're talking about psychologically. At first, you've got to get in her head. You've got to tell her that you desire her. We want to be amped up for you. We want to be in our body. We want to feel sexual before we even get to the bed. And you have the power to do that by expressing your desires, by expressing to her the things that you want to do to her, even through text messaging. It's called sexting for a reason, because it works. When you got a woman that is interested in you and you're interested in her, when you start communicating to her the things that you desire to do to her, it really gets her prepared and ready and excited to be with you. And if you're that guy, you're like, I struggle with knowing what to say, like my head always prevents me, I get too afraid, get that free download that's in the comments. It's called 7 Exercises to Boost Bedroom Confidence for Men. Be sure to get that, because I tell you things that you can say. What Jack says, a girl at work told me she needs space because she hates her job. It's been a week. Should I keep it silent or talk to her? Interesting. If she's frustrated, sometimes a man's absence, when we feel like a guy is giving us so much attention, some women, they get a sense of entitlement of like, he's always going to be there. And sometimes a man needs to give her the experience of the absence of his presence. So definitely back off. Don't let her feel entitled to your attention. Thomas says, that's cool. Thank you on the slow way to go. I like that. I like that too, because sometimes you don't know how to say or what to do, Yeah, of course. That's why we're here, you guys, is to learn. That's why we're all here. It's okay if you don't know everything. Nobody does. Nobody goes into this journey of intimacy and sexually pleasing a woman, and even for women pleasing a man. Nobody knows all of the ins and outs. That's why we're all on a journey. That's why videos like this and watching YouTubers like myself can really prepare you. But really get that downloadable guide, because I go into more detail that I can't really go into here on YouTube. Also, guys, I'm going to keep reminding you, please like this video. I've got 25 liking it, but there's 82 of you here. So please help me out and like the video. I like this. Yeah, Thomas, this is live. Damon says, I started off soft and sometimes it ends up with phone sex. That is very sexy. That is incredibly sexy. Go for you. Lee says, I write about communicating that desire. It is essential and adds so much passion and power to the intimacy. I think that's a great idea, what Lee just said. You know, if you're that guy and you've been rejected too much, or you just get frankly scared, write your desires out, but put some kind of energy. Don't let fear just hold you back from having an incredible experience. So if writing it out, and I know this may sound stupid, but this is for the guy who actually is really afraid, who's really scared to speak his desires. I don't care how stupid this sounds. Write it out and then practice saying it in the mirror, just so that your body feels the rhythm of you doing that. And also, it tells your brain, like, I can do this. Like, I don't have to shy away from this. I can do this. Jamal says, by the way, I think you doing live videos is a good idea. Thank you. I like doing them, but you know, I'm kind of practical. If I don't see that like YouTube's promoting my stuff or I'm not getting engagement, I'm not gonna like waste my time. So that's why it's really helpful if you guys want me to keep doing this, that you like these videos, you show up, because if that's not happening, there's no point in me doing these, right? Damon says, you look amazing with your beautiful long hair. Thank you. I really appreciate that, guys. Jamal, that's not true. He says, I don't know. Maybe I'm just no good. No, that's not true. We're all created in God's image. We are all good, but we all have room for improvement. So we have to do our part to improve. Thomas says, yeah, it's just nice to talk without judgment. That's one of the nice things about these YouTube lives when you come into my community is it's a judgment-free zone. Unless you start talking shit, then I'm gonna come for you. But this is a place for you to come and get encouraged. Hey, Thomas Covey in OPA says 26. Sean says, good morning from Ohio. Erica, white is fabulous against your tan. You look phenomenal today. Thank you, Sean. That means so much to me. Alberto G, there's Orville. He says, make her work for it in a sexual way. Of course, I haven't given her that reward she's been waiting for. I mean, there is some truth to that. So that's the first one. So I've got another one for you guys. A woman actually, so the things that we secretly want sexually that we're not going to tell you, the first one thing that I shared with you is we want to be excited about making love to you. We want to be excited about that sexual experience. We want to be sexually aroused. And you can do that by communicating your desires for us about the things that you want to do to us sexually. That makes us excited to go to the bedroom. It preps us to go have that experience with you. But the next thing is, and this is something that women don't say, and I don't know, I do think we're getting, I've shared with you guys, I think that women were getting a bit too in our, it's okay for women to be in our masculine because we all have that polarity. We're all feminine, we're all masculine. But I think sometimes women were starting to get afraid of looking weak to men. And so we don't communicate like that sense of like that we do want to feel safe. So how do you make a woman feel safe sexually? I mean, there's the common sense stuff, but it still needs to be said, like consent, you know, making sure that you have protection, that you're, you know, those sort of things, and communicating that to her. We want that, like, it's a dance between being strong and assertive, but also making her feel safe. But I'm going to tell you a secret, that safety actually happens before the bedroom. I'm going to say this loud and clear again, that safety happens to make a woman feel safe with you. And that's something we secretly want, to make us feel safe with you. That happens before the bedroom. How do you make a woman feel safe? When you are a man of your word, this communicates to us subconsciously that you are a guy that we can trust. And here's the thing, when we're making love to you, when we go to bed with you, there is that part of us that we need to feel safe with who you are as a man, because women, we can be the weaker sex in terms of physically, you know? And so, yes, there are women out there who are stronger than men. I get all that. But I'm saying in a general sense, we are the more weaker sex physically. And so it's like we want to know, we still somehow have that primal wiring. And so, when sometimes the world is not so safe for a woman, even I've been here in France and I've had some situations, just out and about where I didn't feel so safe. So you want her to feel safe. And so here are the subconscious ways that you make us feel safe. Being a man of your word. Like when you say things like, hey, I'm going to call you at this time, make sure you do it. I know that sounds so stupid. You're like, how can that tie into sexually making her feel safe? Because it shows her that you're a man of your word, that you're a committed man. It shows her your character. It's your character that makes us feel safe. So having a sense of integrity goes a really long way, right? And it's communicating that to her as well by saying, like, listen, I'm going to make you feel good. And at any point, if you need anything to change in that experience, you just let me know, because I want this to be one of the best experiences of your life. How does that make us feel safe? Because it's communicating that you care. It's communicating that you're not a selfish lover. It's communicating that you are going in there with her best interest in mind. And when you communicate that to us, it makes us feel really safe. We want to give our body to a man that feels really safe. So when you can articulate that outside of the bedroom through your character by honoring your word, showing up on time, calling her back when you say you're going to call her back, being chivalrous, all of those things psychologically communicate to us that you're a safe guy. But when you also communicate that in the bedroom by saying, listen, I'm going to give you the best experience of your life, and hopefully you know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, that's why you want to get that free PDF I have in the chat, the 7 exercises to boost bedroom confidence. Because when you say, I'm going to give you the best experience of your life in the bedroom, but if at any point you need me to do something different, you just let me know, and I'm happy to do that. That's interesting. I will let my team know that. Thomas says he tried downloading it, but I'm going to screenshot this. I don't want to turn off my, okay. Thank you for telling me that. I will send this to my team. But yeah, it's letting us know that we feel safe. And that's something that women secretly want sexually, but we're not going to come out and tell you that. Like women are not going to want to come out and say like, oh, I don't want to tell you the times in my life where I didn't feel safe. That's too vulnerable. We're not going to, unless you have that kind of relationship. But if you don't have that relationship, she's not going to open up and tell you those things. So it's up to you to bring her into the experience and create safety for her. So do we want that sexually? Absolutely we do. Now, please let me bring some clarity here. That doesn't mean we want you to show up as a wimp, docile, as a pussy, and just be like, can I touch your shoulder? Can I touch your hair? Like, I don't care. I mean, there's going to be a small percentage of women who have had some trauma who may want that, but that's not what I'm talking about. This is a general YouTube video. I'm talking about in general, in the masses, most women are not going to want you to be so docile. They want you to be the leader. They want you to be in charge. They want you to lead that experience. But they want to make sure that you are a safe guy, that you're trustworthy. I mean, it's like you were walking into the temple when you come into our vagina, when you start touching our body. Like this is our sacred sense of belonging. So we want to make sure that when we're entrusting that into you, that we feel really safe in that process. So if you need me to expand on the safety part, let me know. I can. But just know sexually, that is something that is going on in our subconscious. And I don't think that most women know to even communicate that. We're just kind of hoping that your mom raised you right. But as you and I know, most of you guys, your moms didn't teach you any of this stuff about sex. They just told you to be a nice guy, which was not helpful, because then you come to this kind of stuff, sexuality and pleasing a woman, and it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do? No one told me. So that's why we're here, right? Thomas says, thank you for your help, because I haven't been with a woman since I was with my first wife, and she passed away quite a while back. Now I'm ready, but I'm afraid to talk to women sometimes. Oh, darling, one, I'm so sorry about the passing of your wife. That, I mean, bless you for having a beautiful marriage, but I'm sorry that you're back into this world again. Thomas, definitely get the 7 exercises, and I would even encourage you probably to join my Spiritual Alpha members group. It's $24 a month. You can go to my website for that, but I can support you more. It's live like this, but I can actually get to hear your story and answer your questions there. Positive Vibe says, as a man, I dislike when women don't open up to me. It feels like I'm not enough. Ooh, that is such a good comment. Thank you for that. I love when you guys provide like really insightful and meaningful comments like this. Thank you so much. I agree with you. When I do these videos, you guys, it's not to throw all the responsibility on you. It's just to empower you and equip you. Most of the time I don't have women on here, so these are not like the whole weight of sexuality and pleasing a woman and giving a woman the things that she secretly wants sexually all on your shoulders. It's not that. I'm just giving you tools to equip you. There's a whole other part of the equation, which means that women have to show up as well, right? And I completely agree with you, Positive Vibes. Like, that vulnerability, that ability to open up, has to go both ways. It cannot just be one-sided. A woman does have to open up. So please don't take what I'm sharing with you as like it's just all on you. I know sometimes in the comments guys get really pissed about that, but I'm like, no, these videos of mine are to empower you guys with things. But yes, I hope that it is common sense that women also have a responsibility. We're both two consenting adults, so each sex has their responsibility. So if you guys have any more questions about the safety thing, let me know. If not, I'm going to go to the third thing that I wanted to share. Just to recap, the first one, psychologically, like we need to know that the things that you want to do to us. We need to be prepared. We want you to prepare us for that experience. So it's by communicating to her the things that you want to do to her. That's super important. It's like, do the hard lifting before you get to the bedroom. Encourage her, entice her, get her excited, amp her up psychologically by communicating to her your plans, the experience that you're going to create for her sexually. Like, get her excited about that, psychologically arouse her. That's what we want to know. Like, that's the secret thing that we want sexually, is for you to prepare us for that experience. The second thing is to feel safe. We want to feel safe with you. It's not a thing that we're not going to say, please get me excited to make love to you. And we're not going to say to you, please make me feel safe in the experience. Most of these times we're just hoping that you have the common sense to know that. But I know for a lot of men this isn't common sense, because it's common sense, it's not common sense, sorry, because no one's taught you, and that's why we're here. So there's no shame and there's no judgment. Tiram, I can't say your name, sorry, darling. Does a women characteristics change over region? I think that, are you talking about like in different countries? Do women have different characteristics? If so, yes, I do believe they do. But there are still these solid principles that they still want, whatever country they're from. Jamal says, I'm 43 and I've never been in a relationship ever. Well, darling, we need to work together. We've got to change that for you. I believe that everybody is worthy of love. Sean says, Arica, these live videos are so refreshing. Thank you. I like hearing that. That's encouraging. Mr. Fitness says, my partner sends me mixed messages. She tells me to slut her out, but when I move her into different positions or tell her what to do in the moment, she says, I'm being too rough. And that shuts me down. Oh, you guys are bringing such great comments today. Thank you so much. So Mr. Fitness, that is great, because I know it's like, I can see where you would be so frustrated with that. And you can say to her, when you guys are in making love and she wants you to, to treat her like a slut, as she said, which, give her kudos for saying that, because some women, just encourage you, Mr. Fitness, some women don't even say that. They don't even tell you those desires. So the fact that you're a woman is communicating that, like, that's a big win. Also, guys, if you're just getting on, if you will hit that thumbs up button, that helps my YouTube channel out a lot. So please give it a thumbs up. So this is what you do in that situation. When you're about to put her in another position, and I'm speaking to Mr. Fitness here. When you're about to put her in another position, be like, I am going to twist you on your back and pull your ass up in the air. Are you ready for that? You see what you just did there? You're preparing her mind. So maybe she's got some things that are not in alignment with herself. Like she has these desires, but she still needs to like be in control. And so that's her journey where she's got to let go of that control if she really wants to empower you to be, you know, the take charge in the bedroom and make her feel like a slut, in her words. So somewhere she's not completely in alignment with her desires. She's saying she wants something, but when physically it comes down to it, she's not as prepared. So what you're going to do is you're going to help her with that by preparing her. So when you have a position that you want to put her in, be like, I'm going to do this to you next. Are you ready for that? So you're kind of giving her that power, that part of her that still needs to be in control. You're actually giving her that permission to be a participant in and how you make her feel like a slut. I hope that that helps you, Mr. Fitness. Oh, you're from India, Tira Malai, I think is your name. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Mr. Gaza. Nobody's Perfect says cases like Jamal make me angry and depressed because it's a reminder that cases like that are male dominated. I think that yes, there are men in these positions, and I don't want to take away from that. And it is, yes, it makes me angry too. You know, that's why I do this channel, because I believe that everybody should have that person in their life that they love and make love to. And so that is the whole premise of my work. And yes, it makes me frustrated as well, but I don't like just staying in frustration. I'm a very practical person and I want to find solutions for people. So I want to empower you guys. Like if there are things in your life that you need to make changes on, don't just watch these videos, make the changes. Get that download, the 7 exercises to boost confidence in the bedroom. Start doing these things, create change so that you can create a different experience in your life. Hi, Richard. Thomas, you're welcome. Mr. Gaza says, long time, miss you mucho. I'm so glad you're here. Nobody's Perfect says, I can sort of relate because I never had a girlfriend to my early 30s and that didn't last. So, all right, guys, go to my website. Like, let's work together. I want you guys to have different experiences. Okay. Didn't get a second date with a woman until 29, which was a situationship. Interesting. Would love to hear more about that. Tirumalai says, yes, thanks, Erica. You got my name. How to psychologically put her to that type of conversation? On my region, like Indian, women are so quick and they ignore straight out of the face by saying no. That is not helpful when women do that. So in your situation where you're in India and the dynamic is a bit differently, you have to approach things differently, right? So it's more of befriending a woman there, but also being assertive. So it's kind of like almost like you have to put yourself in an alpha male friend zone. And I'm talking, this is just for the guy in India. This is not everywhere else. So guys, don't take this and create a whole movement out of this. This is particularly for this one guy because India is a very different country. But for your situation, like I think because women are so, you know, they're not as sexually liberated there. I think in your situation, you do have to be kind of the friend zone, but you still need to be the alpha. You need to lead things like, hey, I want to take you for a tea or whatever events that you want to take her to for a walk, whatever, but you still need to set the time. You need to set the place. You need to show her that you're in control, and that might be a better move for you. Yes, I get what you're saying. Nobody's perfect. Thank you. Mr. Fitness, thank you. Never thought to verbally say what's coming to help her feel comfortable with what's coming. Yeah, Mr. Fitness, I'm so glad that this helped you. I'm so glad that my advice gives you some direction. I want you to try that with her and then come back and tell me how it went. I'm sure Nobody's Perfect says, I'm sure all the time it's always been more common for men than for women to remain chronically alone and single later than normal, as in it's never been with anyone before. Well, yeah, there's a lot of reasons because of that. You know, I think that men are mainly alone because they've been so shamed from from wanting connection. I think that men have been, you know, told a lot of bullshit, like just go out and get a job and pay bills and play video games and your life will be great. And it's like they were sold a bag of horse shit. I haven't even gotten to the third one yet. I love that. FMC New York says these trade secrets are fascinating. Yeah, I want to give you guys these secrets. I want to give you guys these tools because I want you to be empowered. I want you to go out and feel confident in the world. That's why I made this free download for you guys about the 7 exercises to boost confidence in the bedroom for men, because I want you going out and living a fulfilling life. It's not enough to just read about it. It's not enough to watch videos. Life is meant for living and having these experiences. And Levino Ackerman says, what's the best clitoral stimulation, suction or licking? What do women prefer? It's the polarity. That's a great question, because, and here's the thing, you can always say this. I think you need to do both, because it creates a different experience. Whereas the licking is a more gentle experience. I mean, it can, if you put more pressure. And then sucking, it, when you go back and forth, it's that polarity. She doesn't know what to expect next. But you can always say to a woman when you're doing that, do you want more pressure or less pressure? Instead of, don't ever say, do you like this? I mean, you can, but it's more of like asserting from command. Do you want more pressure or do you want less pressure? Do you like it here or do you like it there? It's giving her options, because if you just make a very general question like, do you like it? That's too big of a question. It ruins the moment. It's not that not asking her that question is not important. Yes, you want to make sure she's enjoying it. But when you ask a generic question, she's just like, do I like it? Well, then that becomes a conversation. You don't want to go into a huge conversation. You just want clear, specific direction. Do you want less pressure? Do you want more pressure? Do you want me to suck more? Do you want me to bite a little bit? Do you want me to lick? Like, give specific options, but don't ask generalized questions. That will get her into her head like this and get her out of the body, out of her body, and it just breaks the experience. So no, don't do that. Matt says, you're welcome, Tirmalai. Go do that. I want to see how that works for you. Matt says, I'm being breadcrumbed by a woman. I dated her for 9 months. She ended things and misses me. I want her back. Any tips? You guys, this is why when you guys ask very specific questions like this is why I tell you guys to join my Spiritual Alpha members, because this, I have no context here. You know what I mean? So if you really want my help, like in that platform, I can hear more of your story. You can give me more context, but I don't want to just give you breadcrumb advice when I don't know the entire situation as to why she broke up with you and all of that. So I don't want to give you advice and you go in that direction and it doesn't work. I'd rather know your situation so I can properly advise you, especially when it's so important about bringing a relationship back together. That's something that deserves some time, not just a quick YouTube live video. So make sure that you and I have a conversation about that. Nobody's perfect. This is a mentality I agree with. Men are naturally in scarcity with women, but women are naturally in abundance with men, because men normally never have women throwing themselves at them. It's, you know what, it's not that black and white. I do agree with you. I agree with you that there's a general sentiment to this, but not every man has that experience, and not every woman. Most women are not. I think American women are more direct, but when you come to Europe, that is not the case. Women are not throwing themselves at men. It's a very small percentage. I think that you're comparing your experience to a very small percentage of what other men are experiencing. 'Cause I can walk out the streets in Monaco right now and ask 50 men, how many women throw themselves at you? And I can say that out of those 50, maybe 3 to 5 will say, yeah, I get that experience. The rest of the guys don't. So make sure you guys aren't generalizing your experience to what you think is happening out there, because that just sets you up for disappointment in your head, and then you don't even try. I love it. YouTube is hiding a lot of your comments. It's like, this message is held for review. What are you guys saying to me here? Really quick, just to recap, make sure you like this video. That really supports me. And if you do want more information, like the things to actually say to a woman, Get this 7 exercises to boost bedroom confidence. Damon says, when you massage her body, kiss her in certain spots, and whisper in her ears, telling her some wild things you're going to do to her. Oh, yes. That whole combination, yes. Yes. Yeah. Damon, did I say yes? Because what I meant to say was, hell yeah. That's really good. Be a message. All right. As a man, master oral sex on a woman. Listen, it's not going to hurt you to master that. And the next one, if you can make her come before 5 minutes, you're golden. That's true, but you want to keep her engaged. Feminists have ruined that, my friend. They haven't completely ruined it. Like, let's not go to extremes, guys. I feel like in the comment section is like the land of extremists. Feminists have not ruined everything. Have they ruined a lot? The toxic feminists, yes. But have they ruined everything? No, come on, guys. It's too extreme. It's too much. Come on. I wouldn't, no, I would not read that book. I'm not going to say the name of the book, but no, I would not read that. Lavina says, thank you for, oh gosh, where'd that comment go? Thank you for such valuable insights. Can we just give our women orgasm through breasts? Just heard about it, but it's true. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Women, we have different erogenous zones. And some women, like I told her, oh no, it's coming out this weekend. Oh, I haven't released this video. Oh my God. You guys have to watch my videos that come out this weekend. I've got 2 videos coming out on Saturday and Sunday, and he's talking about making a woman come through touching her breast. And I share an experience about toe sucking. I can't even believe I shared that. Like, I thought about editing it out, but I was like, nope, I'm going to keep that in there. But yes, there are some places that you can touch as women. But listen, every woman's different. So I don't want you to say, like, I don't want to say it just works on that woman. That's why you want to have confidence in this guide, this free download that I have, the 7 exercises to boost confidence in the bedroom. You want to have the confidence to experiment with these things because every woman's body is going to be different. So make sure that you have the confidence to experiment and take her on that journey. Nobody's perfect. He says, yeah, the fact that I've never had a girlfriend until my early 30s, I'm not proud of it, but oh well, it is what it is. But you know what? At least you're freaking trying. Like, that's what I want to say to you. At least you haven't given up, and at least you're not putting yourself in the role of a victim. You're like, okay, it wasn't my ideal experience, but trust me, we all have somewhere in our lives where we're not very proud of it. I could give you a list of things that I wish I had been more successful with earlier on. But it wasn't my experience, but I'm still kicking and I'm still going. So just want to say, guys, please, I can't ask you enough. Please hit the like button. Like, there's 92 of you here and only 36 of you have liked this video. Please help me out. It keeps me encouraged to do these. Because YouTube promotes it, and when I see it's working, it makes me want to do it. But if I see something's not working, then I don't want to keep doing these. So if you want me to keep doing these, you need to hit that like button to support me. Okay, so here's the last thing that we want secretly. We want sexually, but it's more of a secret. And I want to really equip you guys to do this because I know that not a lot of men know how to do this, or actually it's not true. You know how to do it, you just don't do it because you're afraid. And this is it. When you are kissing her body, when you're looking at her, when you're touching her, verbalize your experience to her. Like, if I could just bury my head down and just put my head in my arms and just go, oh my gosh, when men don't do this, it is such a kill to the vibe. Like, we want to be affirmed with our bodies. Like, guys, women now more than ever, we're talking about the things that men have gone through, where men have had struggles. But the things that women go through, guys, when we look at Instagram, and now every woman, when we post our pictures, we everything's photoshopped nowadays. So we are comparing ourselves to people that don't even exist. You know what I mean? Like, we're comparing our bodies. Before, back in the days, think about it. We just had magazines. We could open up a magazine. We could see a model's body and we'd be like, damn, she's got a nice ass. Damn, she has nice legs. Damn, she has nice arms. Now we are inundated with it. So the inferior complex as a woman, when we're making love to you, you cannot imagine like how we're comparing ourselves to the models that you guys are looking at on Instagram and wherever else. Help her. It's back to the safety thing. It's back to the psychological thing. Help her know, reaffirm her that she is desired by you sexually, that you enjoy what you're experiencing. So if you love her breasts, be like, I love how full your breasts are. I love how hard your nipples get. And when you say that, like make sure you lick it, make sure you touch it. Like, I love how smooth your skin is. Oh my God, your skin feels like silk. And when you see how I'm talking about it, but I'm touching it. Or I love the way that your tongue feels. Like, I love the way you kiss me. Oh my God, you're driving me crazy. Or I love how tight you feel. Like all of these things that you say to us, it reaffirms us. And we don't want to sound, this is why it's a secret sexually. We're talking about the things that women secretly want sexually. The reason why we don't tell you that is because we don't want to come across as insecure, just like you don't want to come across as insecure. That's why you want to be confident in the bedroom. You don't want to come across as insecure. So when you are telling us this, when you're affirming us and you're encouraging us in the bedroom by telling us how beautiful our body looks, how it feels under your touch. Sorry, I should have brought some water here. I didn't think I was going to be going on for an hour. But when we hear from you, like how we feel, how we look, how we taste, how we smell, when we do all of these things, when you tell us all of these things, what it does is it makes us feel more confident. And guess what? When a woman feels more confident in the bedroom, she's going to provide better sex to you. It's going to bring out the wildness in her because she's been affirmed, she's been encouraged. Just like if she said to you, like, I love the way your cock feels, I love the size, I love the curve, I love the way you thrust. Like when she's giving you all that affirmation, what does it make you want to do? It makes you feel like the boss. You're like, yeah, I'm going to like give her a better experience. Guess what? We are in the same way. We have our insecurities. Like women, we get so obsessed, like, oh my God, did I shave right? Is there a long hair down there? Do I have deodorant on? Did I wash myself good enough down there? Like we get so caught up in our heads. Like, is this lighting look good? Is he gonna see my wrinkles? Is my hair right? Like, and then if girls have extensions, is he gonna feel, not that I have extensions, but I have had them once in my life, twice maybe. Yeah, like we're just so in our head. Oh my God, did I paint my nails right? Like I know it sounds stupid to you guys, and most of you guys were like, we don't even freaking care about that stuff. But because we're in our head, it circumvents us from having that experience. It circumvents us from being present with you. So when you affirm us and you tell us what you like about our body, how we feel, how we taste, how we smell, like how we excite you, when you're constantly talking us through that experience, it helps us to be present in the experience. And the more present we are in the experience, the more we can come, the more we can, create that like sensation of you knowing that you are the boss, that you are the god in the bedroom. Like we're going to affirm you more when we feel more present, when we feel more sexual in our body. So you want to tell us those things as you're making love to us. So just to recap before I go back to the comments section, really quick before I recap. In the comment section, I've pinned my free downloadable guide. It says 7 exercises to boost your confidence in the bedroom. For men, it's a free download. I get a lot more graphic in there. So make sure that you get that free download. Okay, really quick, I want to recap before I go into the comment section. 53 minutes in and I have no water. I'm parched. But one, we want to be excited about the secret things that we want from you sexually, the secret things that women want from men sexually that we're not going to tell you is one, we want to be excited about the experience. So preparing us psychologically, telling us the things that you want to do to us Those sort of things get us amped up. It gets us lubricated. It gets us horny. It gets us like excited to be in the bedroom with you. So one, that's the first thing. Two, communicating safety. And that happens outside of the bedroom. Being a man of integrity, showing up when you say you're going to show up, text when you say you're going to text, call when you say you're going to call, making plans and following through on those plans. Thomas is like, take a breath, Arica. Okay. Thank you, Thomas. I love the way you guys look out for me. I know, I get so excited. One more breath. Thanks, Thomas, for taking care of me. See how girly I get? See when guys take the lead? Did you just see that? I was like totally in my masculine, totally in my boss. And then Thomas was like, Arica, take a breath. And I just became really soft. You see the power that you guys have with us women? Okay. And yes, and drink water too. Okay, I don't have any water right now, but that is a good idea. But when you make us feel safe, sorry, I just looked down at my toes and I just realized that my toenail polish chipped when I was walking around in my loafers around Monaco. When you make us feel safe, and it's like being a man of your word, being a man of integrity, but also saying like what you're gonna do to us in the bedroom and just being like, are you excited about this? Are you ready for this? I can't wait to do this. Are you sure you're ready for this? Like those kind of things to communicate safety, we want that. We're not gonna come out and tell you, will you make me feel safe in the bedroom? Will you make me excited before we go? We're not gonna say those things to you because we're wanting you to take the lead with those things. And the last thing is this, we as women, and you as a man, you need this too, but you need to know that women, we're not always as confident as you think we are. We need to be we need to be affirmed. We need to be encouraged in the bedroom, which means verbalize to us how we look, how we feel, what's our skin like, what do we taste like, are we wet, are we tight, do our eyes look beautiful, do our eyelashes look long, like do our lips feel thick and voluptuous, like does our mouth taste sweet, like do we taste sweet below? All of these things you want to say to her. Why? Because it keeps her in her body and makes her feel confident. And the more confident we are, the better we're going to be at lovemaking. It goes the same for you, which is why I've provided you guys with that free download in the comment section that you can go get right now. Okay, now let's get to the comments. I've got, like I said, you guys must be saying some wild things because YouTube is holding all your comments. Ooh, John Ryan. Ooh, oh yes, this one is a real one. He says, I personally believe kissing a woman's neck is a major turn on for a woman, at least in my experiences. It's huge. Like when you lick us, when you bite like a nibble, when you suck on our neck, it is huge, huge, huge when you do this, especially when you're like thrusting and doing that at the same time. Done, out for the count when you guys do that. Nobody's perfect says, I will admit I have done this before and I have no regrets. I have paid for sex before. People call them sex workers or escorts. Yes, I'm aware as it's a controversial service industry. Yeah, I have known men who have done that who, I knew someone who had PTSD from being in the war, and that's something that they had to do because they were having challenges with women. So we've all had our journeys. Dazzling Dragon says, I don't know what part you're referring to, but he says, that's funny. The last time I said that, she said, shut the F up and F me. Well, then you got a woman who is not afraid to communicate her needs. Oh, okay. I don't know if I can share this comment, but Dog for Life Kennel, I like where your head is. He said, look like that good, and I can't post that comment, but you right, you ain't wrong there, you right. I don't know if I can post this one either, Lovino, but I will say what you're saying. He says, Arica, every woman has different orgasm reactions. Yes, but how do we tell that we genuinely gave her one? Are there any signs through which you could tell? Example, lower woman half secretion. Thank you. Yes. So most of the time you can tell when it's genuine. The body will shake, the eyes will kind of roll. She's more out of control. You can feel in the vaginal area, it tightens there, like you can feel it jolt. She'll get a little, like you said, more lubricated. Her body will start sweating, so the armpits will start getting sweaty, the face will start getting flushed and sweating. Like you can see when a woman has had an experience, the legs will kind of pull in. Oh, my light just went out. It actually looks fine without the light. The legs will tighten, like the muscles will tighten around you, and the head will, you'll see her neck tightening. So there are so many ways that you can see if she's actually genuinely orgasmed. RR says, what do women think if you're nervous in the beginning and can't get it up? Honestly, like it is a bit of a letdown. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to tell you guys the truth here. But the reality is, like, when you can't get it up, most of the time it's because you're in your head. And what I would encourage you to do is get really good with going down on her if that's something you struggle with. And while you're doing that, touching yourself below at the same time. So she's still getting, please don't put the focus on your shortcomings. Focus on your successes. You know, that's like a life principle there. So focus on giving her pleasure down below. And while you're doing that, you can be touching yourself and arousing yourself. And when you get erected, then you can slide on in there. John Ryan says, I'm a Scorpio. Those things come natural for me to tell a woman. I love that. Ravi's like, drink water too. Yes, I will do that. We'll forgive you your time out for water. This info is gold. Oh, thank you. I love that encouragement. Thank you so much, FMCNY. I really appreciate that. Luke Mann says, how to know if a woman is attracted to a man but is intimidated. So if we're intimidated by you, we can go two ways. We can become more masculine and like try to prove ourselves, but that's really just masking the fact that we feel intimidated. So maybe we'll put you down, or maybe we'll talk about our accomplishments, or we'll act like we don't need you, or those kind of things, or we'll start drinking a little bit more if you're out drinking. These are different things that women do when we're a bit intimidated. The other thing is, if she's not like a strong personality, she'll ignore you. And I know that sounds so stupid, but yeah, some women, they'll just ignore a guy because they get so scared. So that's why I always want to encourage you guys to be assertive so that you can win in these situations. Sorry about your nail polish. Thank you. I'm going to have to wrap this up because I am losing my voice. But if you guys do want a lot more information, 2 ways that you can get more information from me. Get that free download. It's in the comment section. Someone gave me $1.89. Well, that's quite interesting. Thank you for that. I haven't seen who gave that to me, but thank you. I will say your name when I see it. Yeah, I'm going to have to wrap up because I'm really dehydrated right now. Make sure you like the video. But if you can, if you want more information from me, get that 7 exercises. That's really going to help you out. That thing is gold, made personally by me for you. So go get that free download right there. And I'm going to talk about this exact topic on, what's today, Friday? Oh, I think it's tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a video where I go into more detail here. I know sometimes when I'm doing these lives, it can get all over the place because I'm also trying to answer your questions. So it's more like focused, it's more targeted, but I have a video about this coming out tomorrow, and then I have another video coming out Sunday. So if you go to my main page, it'll show you those videos, and you can get notified when those videos come out. And what I try to do is join you guys again live, but in the chat. So make sure, if you need any more support with this topic, get that free download in the chat. But also this weekend, I've got 2 really fun videos where I talk about things that maybe I shouldn't be talking about, but I did. Let's see, any other questions? Dazzling Dragon. You said before, a man needs to be connected. That's a bit vague advice for our practical, logical, masculine brain. Can you give specific examples of how you recognize connection as a woman? Connected to yourself. So that means when you're connected to yourself, you're present. You're not in, like, so I can tell if a man's connected if he's present with me. So if you're in your head when I tell you something and 2 seconds later you forget what I said, I can tell you're not being present. I know you're not connected. I know because I'm a coach. I know that you're scared with me right now. So when a man's connected, he's really present. He can repeat back to you what he said. The other way you know a man's not connected is he's not looking all over the room. He's focused on you. The other way we can tell you're connected is through your touch. I can tell when you're connected to yourself by the way that you touch me. If you're timid and scared, your touch is going to come with fear. When you're connected to yourself, I'm going to feel your energy. I'm going to feel your presence when you touch my arm, when you kiss my lips. I know that you were in the present moment with me. That's how you know. Oh, yes, Damon. Damon's like soft touch in between her legs all the way up. Yes. Yes, Jamal, keep moving forward. Trucker. A lot of guys think when a girl says, I need to feel safe around you, they think physical safety. Yes, that's true, but primarily they just want to be able to tell you anything and feel safe to trust you. There's a big load of truth to that. Thank you for saying that. That's a great comment. Thank you, RR. He gave me, what is it? Where are you from? NOK 20. It's a different currency. But thank you. I'm not even sure what currency that is. Will you tell me where your currency is? I've not seen that before. Hey, great white shark, and RR. What to do? Women think if you're nervous in the beginning can't get up. I just answered that. Make sure you rewatch this video. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to jump off. You guys have so many good comments here. Oh God. Okay, Nate, I have to address this. This is so stupid. So you guys, he said, what's a body count that's too high when you're 25? Listen, guys, I know there's that girl, what's her name? Pearl or something. Her and like all these guys who sit around these OnlyFans girls and they talk about body count. Do you guys understand, like, some of these conversations are just a distraction? Like, people just look for topics to get you guys talking. Like, at the end of the day, if a woman, let's say she had the body count of 1,000, but she had some childhood trauma that she needed to work through. I'm not saying that. I know that's a bit extreme. But what I'm saying is, and then something changes in her. She gets inner healing. She heals her childhood wound. She heals her trauma. And now she just loves you with her whole heart, and she serves you, and she makes you feel like a king, and you treat her like your queen. Are you really gonna care about that? Like, I just feel like sometimes these semantic conversations are such distractions. And you know who these conversations are good for? Guys who are never gonna go out and execute any of these things that I'm talking about, and who just wanna stay in the comment section. They're never gonna go have these experiences with women. They're just gonna live in the comment sections for the rest of their lives. That's who these conversations resonate for, and that's why they get views. I'm just being really effing honest with you guys. I just got a marriage proposal. Wow, silly cool man 84. I love Arica. Marry me. Wow, thank you. How big is that diamond? Are first impressions important? Is it possible to change a woman's view of a man? Yes, you can. I did a video. Luke, ma'am, I have some videos. If you type in my name in YouTube search, type in Arica Angelo and then type in friend zone. I actually share an experience about this. Like, I personally had this when I was dating in LA. There was a guy and we met and I wasn't into him. And then he completely flipped the script on me. It was really, really wild. So yes, you actually can. I've had that happen several times where guys, I was just like, don't really vibe with them. And then completely they flipped the script and I was like, wow, this guy's sexy. Like, I need to give him another chance. Okay, guys, I have got to get going here. I want to go back out and enjoy the Grand Prix here in Monaco. If you want to see the Monaco Grand Prix and my Instagram videos, go to Arica Angelo. You can see my pictures and my videos. If you're into fast cars, you can go watch it there on my YouTube. And if not, go get that download, 7 exercises to boost bedroom confidence. And also, you guys, these 2 videos that are coming out this weekend, I'm going to meet you guys in the live chat, but these videos are fire. I can't wait for you guys to watch those videos. I love you guys. And let's see when I go live again. You won't know unless you subscribe. Maybe it's next week. Maybe it's the week after. You better subscribe to know. I love you. Bye.